Holy smokes, my friends. I wanted to pop in here this morning to share my excitement with you. This is going to sound really nerdy, but I am so excited about my empty email inbox. I am able to accomplish more in less time than ever before. If you want to learn how to get more efficient so that you can leave work at work and create more time for the things that matter most, check out the More Time Method at gracefilledleader.com/more time method. I did put the link in the show notes as well. But in the meantime, pull up a chair and have a listen as I share some of the secrets to keeping my inbox empty.
Welcome to the Grace-Filled Leader Podcast. Do you want better work-life balance? Do you get stuck in patterns of perfectionism and people-pleasing? Have you always been an overachiever, but never really feel good enough, no matter how much outward success you achieve? Hi, I'm Tanya, a wife, mom, leader, Christian life coach, and Jesus lover. For most of my life, I tried to find worthiness through achievement. But no matter how hard I worked or how much I achieved, I never felt like I was enough. I was left burned out, empty, and exhausted. I had no time or energy for myself or my family. I needed balance. I needed peace. I finally started to live like an unconditionally loved daughter of the King, saved by grace. This faith-led podcast will teach you self-care routines and practical leadership strategies to help you navigate life and leadership. If you're ready to stop people-pleasing and start living and leading God's way, this podcast is for you. Unbutton your blazers and roll up your sleeves, sister friends. It's time to get after it.
How many of you use your email inbox as your rolling to-do list? Anything you might need to reference or come back to, or something you need to do just sits in your email inbox. Eventually you have hundreds or even thousands of emails accumulating, so you forget to go back and finish something you intended to do, or you miss an important email altogether because it gets lost in the shuffle. Do you dread coming back from vacation because you have to dig out through the hundreds of new messages plus all of the old messages that probably have something in them that you were supposed to do? Well, that used to be me, but no more, my friends. I've been using a task management system to organize my life and my side gig work outside of my day job for quite a while now. But it's fairly recent that I started to use it more now in my primary job and role as a leader. And holy cow, I am so excited about the difference it has made in my efficiency, my productivity, and my responsiveness to team members. Honestly, people at work are probably tired of hearing about how excited I am about my empty inbox. I'm literally only taking a few minutes, a few times a day, to keep my inbox clear and stay on top of my work and life tasks. In 26 years of working in this profession, I have never had an empty email inbox until recently. Now, my email inbox is empty multiple times throughout the day and at the end of the day before I leave. And I'm so stinking excited. Can you tell? It's alright, I'll own my nerdy, folks. But let me let you in on a few things I've come to learn. Using your email inbox as your running to-do list is not an effective way to manage your work or your time. Number 2, trying to remember the things you need to do, keeping them in your head, is compromising your ability to actually accomplish everything you want to accomplish. You're using mental capacity and energy, and you're reducing your ability to focus when you try to rely on your brain to be the house for your to-do list. Third thing I've learned, piles of paper and sticky notes are a distraction, and they're ineffective in keeping track of necessary information. I can streamline and stay organized much more much more effectively with my system, which I choose to put in an electronic system. Fourth, when you figure out a task management system that works for you, it reduces your mental fatigue exponentially. You don't even have to think about what's on your plate because everything is organized and accessible at a moment's glance. And finally, another thing I've learned, there are usually more than 1 or 2 steps to completing something, almost everything. And getting those steps out of your head and into a system is going to save you so much time and energy in the long run. Plus, it will ensure that you actually complete a project without missing a step. I did a little experiment recently after being off on vacation. I'd been off away from work for a week. I did not touch a single work email in that whole week. My notifications are off, and by the way, they have been off and they are going to stay off. Now, in years past, if I took a week off, not only did I check my emails regularly while I was supposed to be on vacation, which, by the way, it didn't help me feel less anxiety or more on top of things when I came back. And still, when I'd come back after being off, it would take me almost the whole next week to dig out in my email inbox when I returned. Well, this time, I wanted to just see how my system compared to the old days of coming and digging out for a week. I set a stopwatch to see how long it took me to get my email inbox to empty when I returned from my week off. And I even forgot to turn it off a few times when I got interrupted. And even still, it took me a cumulative total of less than 2 hours to go from over 200 emails to 0. And that time includes time spent responding to some of them, interruptions that came with phone calls or instant messages. And still, in less than 2 hours, I had either responded to or transitioned everything into my project management system. And that's what I work from for the preponderance of my day. So I'm going to leave you with some tips that really are essential to effective time and task management. Your email inbox is not an effective to-do list or task management system. Number 2, your brain is not a reliable to-do list or task management system. You need to get it out of your head and into a system. Number 3, it takes a little time to set up a system, but once you do it, it will save you exponential amounts of time and brain power going forward. 4th, developing workflows and systems will increase your consistency and your responsiveness as a leader, a mother, a wife, really every role that you have. And finally, if this sounds as exciting for you as it is for me, consider jumping on a coaching call with me. Let's see what we can do together to get you a big tactical win when it comes to time management. Right now, for a limited time, you can get a more time strategy session with me for 40% off the typical price. That's right, 40% off. Go to gracefilledleader.com/moretimemethod to check it out. Now remember, I do work a full-time gig, so my coaching slots are very limited. But if you don't find a time that will work for you, please send me a message and we will find something that works. I am that excited about this and that excited about sharing it. And if it's not task management, I help with all kinds of other things that really helps you to figure out how to create more time for the things that matter in your life. So check it out, folks. And until next time, here's wishing you a fabulous day and a fabulous weekend, my friends. Talk to you soon.
I pray this episode blessed you, spoke to you, or encouraged you in some way. If so, please share it with a friend and head on over to Apple Podcasts to leave me a review. That's the only way for me to know if you're enjoying the show. Nothing blesses me more than to hear from you. Also, come on over to our free Facebook community. This is a great place for us to support one another on our faith and leadership journeys. You can find the link to the group in the show notes or go to gracefilledleader.com/community. If you have questions or content ideas for the show, please send me a message on SpeakPipe or via email. Go to gracefilledleader.com/contact and leave a written or voice recorded message. I would love to know how I can best serve you on the podcast. Now to Him who can do immeasurably more than we can ask or imagine, according to His power that is at work within us. Ephesians 3, verse 20. Until next time, my friends, God bless.